All right. What is up, everyone? Excuse me. Been a while, hasn't it? Welcome to an idea that I have been tossing around in my head for a while. Going back to tier lists, and it's not a permanent thing. Well, it will be a permanent thing, but every one-off bit, and maybe once every year. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Secret project announcing at the end of the video. But yeah, I did a video like this similar about 4 years ago, and I have seen a lot more of these franchises than I have back then. So let's just rank these. I actually want to move not seen right here and put this as trash because there are some feces. Yeah, and then let's add another B. Honestly, let's add a C, because there are some C ones that I'm seeing. Anyway, first off, to start off the trash bin, we got 50 Shades of Grey. That series is unimaginable garbage. From the you guys know. Alien vs Predator. The first one's indecent. I give Paul W.S. Anderson a lot of garbage, especially in my the first video of this, when I was talking about the Resident Evil movies, which I don't know if they're on here, because if they are, I'm probably going to put that in C as well, which I don't know. But the first one was okay. It wasn't terrible. The second one you just couldn't see because they wanted to hide all the blood and gore from you and the MPAA. So it's like, why? But Alien, now I have seen this, and this is going in the A tier because I've only seen 3, technically 5 if you want to count the Alien vs. Predator movies. The first one, which I saw at the 40th anniversary screening before Alien Romulus came out, and that was the first time I ever watched it. So I was like, why not watch Alien for the first time in a movie theater that only some people can say? I thought it was cool. And then I watched Aliens, which I honestly prefer Alien 1. I'm in the minority, I feel. But I love the first one. The horror and just the dread and the design of everything. Oh, so good. And then Romulus just came out, which I saw in IMAX. Amazing. I love Fede Alvarez as a director. I love Don't Breathe, and I love the Evil Dead remake. So, studios, can we give him a Nightmare on Elm Street? Eh? Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'm going to put it in C because childhood. I think we all grew up on this. If you're my age, Alvin and the Chipmunks, they're high-pitched, annoying asses. But they're not great. Jason Lee is just there for a paycheck. And then it's notorious that David Cross hated doing them. Another, I would say B for The Purge. I like the first 4, and then the Forever Purge just completely pissed me off. It was so bad. I couldn't stand it. This was updated in 2020. My goodness. American Pie. I honestly, I'll probably put it in B as well. I didn't really care too much for 3 and 4, but 1 and 2 were hilarious. You know, this one time at band camp, my mom said that line before we got to that scene. Me and my stepdad were watching it. And I just thought she was just saying random nonsense. But no, it was a line in the movie. Austin Powers. We got our first S tier if my stinking thing would go up. Is this okay, I just have questions and I'm just going to put it never mind. S tier for Austin Powers. I love James Bond, so we might as well put James Bond up here if we're going to talk about Austin Powers. So, because I saw the James Bond right here. James Bond goes in S as well. When I recorded that first video, I had only seen Casino Royale. I have probably seen I've obviously seen all of the Daniel Craig movies. Incredible, except for Spectre and Quantum of Solace has its moments. I've seen all of Roger Moore. I've seen all of Sean Connery. I just have the Timothy Dalton and Pierce Brosnan movies. I love James Bond. It is so good, and then every the director has a different style, and you can feel it because some of them are big, bombastic. Most of them are, and others are like more character driven with small scale action, and it's like, okay, I really, really enjoy the Bond movies. And then Austin Powers just makes fun of all of it. With Mike Myers giving it his all with everything that he does. And then we got Batman. I think we're going to put that in S tier. The original Batman with Michael Keaton and Batman Returns, amazing. Batman Forever, I can take it or leave it. Batman and Robin can no. And then the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and then the Batman that just came out, incredible. Yes, Batman will go up there. National Treasure, it's a B for me because I liked these movies as a kid, but I never really got into them as much as, say, my friend has. So same with Blade Runner. I've only really seen 2049, which I am one of the people that saw it in theaters, so I'm proud of myself. And 2049 was such a good movie. Denis Villeneuve, perfect. But I'm going to watch this one eventually because I just picked up the 4K recently. Blade is going in A rank, A tier. Wesley Snipes was fit for that role. And Marvel Studios, if you're just going to keep dicking around, pardon my language, with the new Blade, do what Ryan Reynolds is saying. A Logan-style Blade movie. Money, that prints money itself. With Wesley Snipes, just that prints money itself. Have him exploring the void. Have it being him before meeting up with Elektra and everybody. So, spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine if you haven't seen it, which, my God, that movie's amazing. Conjuring, not gonna lie, I'm gonna put it in B because I don't really like these movies as much, but they are well made and well acted, so I can't give it too much. The DC EU, rest in P, C. The last few that they came out with have not been good at all. The Flash was alright. I honestly didn't hate it as much as other people, shoddy CGI aside. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is where I completely gave up. I'm like, no, this movie stinks. And then having the final shot of your universe being Aquaman's brother eating a cockroach in a fucking sandwich. I'm sorry, I really got off there. In a sandwich? That's really gross. And also, I know that's probably not what they wanted it to be. Just don't reshoot the movie 5 times. I don't know. Deadpool. This is the movie that really got me into R-rated movies as a whole. So it's in S tier. And my birthday's February 11th. This came out February 12th. The Deadpool franchise and I have a little bit of a link. Because the trailer for Deadpool 3 came out during the Super Bowl, which was on my birthday. And I adore every single one of these movies. Ryan Reynolds is a creative genius. Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, everybody on the creative team, all 3 different directors, Tim Miller, Sean Levy, and David Leitch. Oh my goodness. Perfect movies, perfect trilogy, and Deadpool and Wolverine is one of my favorite movies of the year. You'll find out more about it later. Final Destination, I'm going to put it also in B, mainly because of Final Destination 3 and then 4. 3 was pretty good, the characters got pretty stupid and, honestly really mean. And then 4 was just a complete stereotype of everything that I didn't like in the third one. That jock dude who's just nothing but, I'm hot, I just want to do this, I want to get with women. It's like, come on, man. I get it was that time, but still. And then the shoddy CG gore. Pfft. I'm excited for the next one. Rest in peace, Tony Todd. Die Hard. I have not seen these. Don't kill me, but I have not seen these. I want to. I will eventually. Same with Dirty Harry. Same with the Divergent movies. I haven't seen these. I don't really want to watch Divergent because I haven't heard good things about them. But, yeah. I haven't watched these because they haven't really piqued my interest at that time, even though Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So, I have been recently, like, doing movie franchises, like, as a marathon. And, I just did Transformers, and I'm doing Mission Impossible right now, which, again, you go back to that video 4 or 5 years ago, I hadn't seen a Mission Impossible movie at all. And I'm at Fallout right now. So, yeah. Evil Dead. Evil Dead goes in A tier. By the way, I am a horror nerd, if you couldn't tell. I love the first Evil Dead, Sam Raimi, perfect. The remake completely blew me away. That was my first Evil Dead movie as well. And Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise is one of the best theater experiences because of this lady in front of me. When we got near the end with the like Abomination, no, that's a remake. I forgot what it was called. Like all the Deadites together. She immediately noped out because there was too much blood and all of that. Like she would scream and be like, "Oh Lord, have mercy! Oh goodness gracious!" During pardon my like impression. During like all the kill sequences, it was so funny. I'm very, very, very much looking forward to seeing what the Evil Dead franchise has in stock for everything else. The Expendables. I'm honestly gonna put it in B tier. The first two are great. I really, really like the first two. 3 should not have been PG-13 for one thing, and was just not that. It was just a lot of noise. That's really all it was. And then 4 was just an abomination. Besides Iko Uwais, I don't know how to say his name, killed it. The Fast and the Furious. I think by that time I hadn't seen any of those either. I have seen all of these. And goodness gracious, the first 3 are like 3 different movies in a franchise. I bet they wanted to kind of do an anthology, but not. But with Fast and Furious 4, that's when it started kicking in, and then Fast 5, 6, 7, and even 8 for me. Amazing movies. I really, really, really like those movies. Hobbs and Shaw was really good too. Of course, can't go wrong with David Leitch, which I do. I like David Leitch. And, yeah. Fast 9 was, I got exhausted. It was kind of dumb. And then Fast X, again, had its moments. Like Jason Momoa was hilarious. But again, it was just a bunch of noise. And like Dominic Toretto might as well be a freaking superhuman at this point. Nightmare on Elm Street. S tier. It's Freddy Krueger. Like, come on. I need another movie of Freddy so bad. It was this guy, Chucky, Michael, and Jason that I've always, as a kid, scared the crap out of me. And now watching them, they are my favorite horror characters of all time. Speaking of Michael, you don't get to go in S tier. And I don't really think you should either, because you got some garbage. But these 2 franchises are just iconic for me, and I love most of their movies. Halloween Ends can burn in a fire, in a pit, and never be resurrected, and I would be completely okay with it. But Halloween 1 and 2 are great. I haven't watched 2 in a while, and I didn't really think too much of it. But the Rob Zombie first one is good. The second one has its moments, but it's just so weird and all over the place. It's like, okay. And then 2018, I adore. Halloween Kills. I've come around to it more, I still don't really like it. And Halloween Ends, yeah, it can burn. Halloween Ends can burn. But we'll see how they do the franchise later. We have Silence of the Lambs or the Hannibal Lecter series. I haven't seen them, but I just did buy them all, so I'm going to watch them. Trust me. Harry Potter. I can't really put the movies on here, but I have read all the books. Books are incredible. Love Harry Potter. This is Hellboy. Love Hellboy. You're lucky you're only going up here for the first three. Yes, I said the first three. The 2019 remake, I find guilty pleasure in. The new one that just came out, ew. It was not good at all. Like, at all. And I had some faith in it. The guy who played Hellboy, he wasn't bad at all. It wasn't that. It was the lack of a budget and the point and the thing of they just threw us into the story. Like, they just threw us in without any sort of like introduction to anybody. For Hellboy, that's fine. But like for everybody around him, like the supporting cast, it's a little bit off. And then the Crooked Man doesn't show up until halfway through it. I don't know if it's like that in the comic, but I want to read it. So, but Ron Perlman's Hellboy will always be my preferred Hellboy, and I did decently like David Harbour. You got a couple of not scenes. Let's just put these up here. I haven't seen these, but I have seen the first Hunger Games. I didn't really like it too much. I think it should have been rated R. I haven't seen Insidious. I haven't seen Independence Day, and I haven't seen the Unbreakable trilogy. But I do want to watch them, and I eventually will. Indiana Jones trilogy, or Five-tology. I don't know what's the five. But the first four I really like, and I haven't seen Dial of Destiny. It's Indiana Jones. They're iconic. Same with Bourne. I like all of these movies, surprisingly. These were the thing for shaky cam, and I hate shaky cam, but when it's used right, and the over excessive editing. But when it's used right, it's a lot more enjoyable. Johnny English, another A tier, just a classic, iconic. Rowan Atkinson, he's just a comedic genius. The 21 and 2 Jump Street movies, hilarious buddy cop movies with Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I love those guys. Those guys are so funny. Jurassic Park. Now, I know this will be a controversial take, but B tier. The first one's iconic, but the newest trilogy, World, I thought was good, but Fallen Kingdom wasn't that good, and then Dominion was a bore fest. And I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, too. I haven't seen Kill Bill, or Olympus Has Fallen, or The Mummy, or Lethal Weapon, or Maze Runner, or Narnia, or Transporter. I'm just trying to get these out of the way. Oh, Resident Evil is on here. Or the Ocean's movies. I mean, Star Trek, that's Star Trek as a whole. Or Underworld. Okay, at least I've seen every other one of these. Anyway, Kingsman, A rank. I love the first two so much. The first two were so good. And The King's Man was just weird, but it was alright. Night at the Museum is going to go in B tier, mainly for my childhood, which is also the same reason I'm putting Ice Age in B tier. I don't know what the heck they're going to do with the sixth one coming out, but hey, hope it's good. Now this is where I'm going to get a lot of garbage. I'm putting The Godfather in C. I don't mind long movies at all. My favorite movie last year was Oppenheimer. I saw that movie in theaters 4 times. I sat in a theater seat for 12 hours. But when I tell you I didn't like The Godfather, I did not like it. It was boring and slow. So slow. And I'm not even complaining about anything else. Like, the acting was on point, the set design, the costumes, everything else was great. It was just the pacing was a killer for me. Jaws, as a one movie, it's an S tier, but as a franchise, it's a B tier. The original is great. The Exorcist, I didn't really like The Exorcist all that much. Sorry, but I thought it was kind of boring. Again, same thing with Godfather. It's like slow and monotonous and just not that good. And I'm gonna put Mad Max, like, it's gonna be high B, mainly because I've only seen 2 of these movies so far. I watched Fury Road and I saw Furiosa. 2 absolute masterpieces. Incredible movies. George Miller is a god. Madagascar, again, my childhood, so it's going in B tier. Texas Chainsaw Massacre will also go in B tier. I've seen a handful of these movies. I saw the original, which is just hilarious to me. The remake, the 2 remakes, sequel. The remake and its sequel, so from the 2003, I want to say? Yeah, 2003. And 2006. Those were really good. I like those. Texas Chainsaw 3D, I couldn't stand. I thought that was complete garbage. And then the new Leatherface was pretty good as well. And then the brand new one that just came out on Netflix, oh my good lord, I could not stand it. I thought it was garbage. Kills were awesome, though. The Matrix, S tier. I mean, come on. Like, these movies are awesome. I may have my problems with the 4th movie, but the movies are great. Like, and you can't go wrong with Keanu Reeves. Same thing with the MCU. The MCU's at a bit of a decline right now. But, like, I couldn't stand She-Hulk. I couldn't stand it. She-Hulk was garbage. The Marvels was just plain okay. And Ant-Man and the Wasp was Thor Love and Thunder can die. I don't like that movie at all. But, yeah. Men in Black. I'm only going to put it in B tier because, again, well, I've seen the first one and the third one. And I enjoyed every minute of them. Mission Impossible. This is going in A tier because these movies are completely badass. And they have only been getting better and better as they go on. And the new one that's coming out looks incredible. And that's what made me watch all of the movies. Despicable Me is also going to go in B tier because the first 2 are great. The third one I barely remember and I haven't seen 4 yet, and I hope it's okay. Godzilla X Kong, or the MonsterVerse universe, is going in S tier. Big monkey, big lizard fighting each other. No, I love what Adam Wingard did with the 2 newest movies. Completely incredible. And it just shocks me that guy is a horror movie director. But love Godzilla Versus and Godzilla X Kong. Love those movies 2 pieces. The 2014 Godzilla's pretty good. I just wish they didn't kill Bryan Cranston, because Aaron Taylor Johnson, no offense, he is a freaking wooden plank. But, like, he's gotten better as an actor. Completely better. Bullet Train, he was great as Quicksilver, which he would do a damn year later. King of the Monsters was okay. And then Kong Skull Island was amazing. They just focused too much on humans, but that wasn't a bad thing about, whatchamacallit. That wasn't a bad thing about, goodness. That wasn't a bad thing about Kong. I couldn't think, I'm sorry. I'm putting the original Planet of the Apes there because I haven't seen them, obviously. I'm gonna do a little note, because I've seen those. I haven't seen any Ghostbusters movies, but I've only seen the first Poltergeist and the second one, and the second one was trash. Which, yeah, we might as well. We're just going to put it at B tier, since I just did it. Pirates of the Caribbean, I've only seen the first one, and I really enjoyed that. So that's all I can really rank it as. And, yeah, I'm just trying to see. I've only seen the first Twilight, so no use dogging on it, I guess. Anyway, Percy Jackson series. I actually really enjoyed these movies. I thought they were a lot of fun, even if they did deviate a lot from the story, from the source material. I thought they were fun kids movies as growing up. The Planet of the Apes Caesar trilogy. Holy goodness. Those movies are absolutely incredible. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, or is it Dawn, or is it, there's Rise, Dawn, and War. Yeah, so it's Dawn. Dawn is one of my favorite movies of all time. Matt Reeves is a wizard doing those movies. The Predator movies. I thought they are a lot of fun as well. The first one's iconic. The AVP movies are okay, as I said earlier. And the remake, The Predator with Shane Black, I thought it was fun. But, like, looking back on it, yeah, it's a little bit, And then Prey was badass. So I'm so excited to see Predator Badlands. The Resident Evil movies, C rank. These movies are not Resident Evil. The first one is actually okay and is a guilty pleasure. I'm not even going to lie. But the rest of them, including Welcome to Raccoon City, just tanks on what I want to see as a Resident Evil movie, which is horror. Welcome to Raccoon City got close. They had some close moments, but shoddy CGI and some just spotty acting all over the place. I'm sorry. Now, I gotta put this one here. I've only seen the first one, but I love it. So, you're welcome. RoboCop. I love RoboCop. He's going in A. Absolutely badass, brutal action movie. And the remake was just no thank you. Rocky. I'm going to include Creed in this as well. Love these movies to bits. I love Sylvester Stallone. I love the story. I love the music. I love the fighting. I love I just love all of it. And Creed have been so good. I'm like, damn, this is for a spinoff, kind of, but not really. So good. I'm excited to see what Michael B. Jordan is going to do next. Saw is going to go in A tier. Love all of these movies. Everybody may have their things to say about the Saw franchise as a whole. I love these movies. Even the bad ones. But Saw X is on a whole new level. My goodness. Scream. Another classic franchise. I'm going to put it in A tier because of Scream 3. Scream 3 I thought was okay, but that's the weakest link. But the rest of these movies are just good, are damn good. And I hope Scream 7 can do it. I want justice for Melissa Barrera, though. But that's just me. I don't see The Hobbit, so we're going to put them as both. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit goes in S tier. I adore these movies. I adore this franchise. And I will watch anything Lord of the Rings. Enough said. I literally have so many copies of these movies, it's not even funny. Shrek. A tier. So excited for Shrek 5. I'm in the movie space, like hearing rumblings so much, and now to see it finally be confirmed just makes me happy. My childhood's coming back, and not only that, these movies are good, besides 3, I guess. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. S tier. Yeah, I know, Spider-Man 3 is not that good, but Tobey Maguire is amazing. And while we do that, we might as well do The Amazing Spider-Man, which will go in A tier. Only because Amazing Spider-Man 2's story is just a freaking roller coaster of way too much stuffed into not a long enough movie. And then it just leaves that cliffhanger like, nah. Star Trek. I'm going to put it in B tier, mainly because I've only seen the newest trilogy, and I had a lot of fun with them. And I'm really excited to see what continues, because I'm pretty sure Tarantino's going to have one. Star Wars. I may hate the first, not the first three, not 4, 5, and 6. Episode 1, 2, and 3. I may not like those. But 4, 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8. I do like 9. But, and like, just the whole universe. They have hit and misses. The Acolyte. Mandalorian Season 3. But you just can't deny that it's an iconic franchise. And I love Star Wars. I always will. Superman goes in B tier, mainly because I hate Man of Steel, even though Man of Steel is that, so this is the original Superman, so Superman movies. So I'll put it in A tier, only because the first one is so damn good, but the second one is garbage. I could not stand Superman 2. Taken! Actually a pretty decent franchise as a whole, going in B tier. Solid little action franchise. Terminator, iconic in every sense of the word. It's Arnold's baby, Jim Cameron's baby, and just the first two are iconic. I love the first two to pieces. The first one's 4K, just came out, and I'm supposed to be getting it soon. And the less said about Dark Fate, the better. Okay, so this is the Dark Knight trilogy. My bad. Dark Knight trilogy. S tier. It's the Dark Knight trilogy. Enough said. Toy Story. Love Toy Story. Toy Story will always be S tier. It will always be iconic. The Transformers movies. Oh my goodness. I just have gotten a soft spot for all of these recently. I just rewatched them all, and I love them to bits. Transformers 1, go watch it right now. It is so good, and nobody went to watch it. Friday the 13th. I love Jason Voorhees. I could go in between him and Michael, between the most ruthless killers. But I need another movie from Jason. Michael's still going. Come on, Jason. Hangover. I'm going to put it in B tier because 2 and 3 kind of suck. But the first one is iconic. And the final one, X-Men, going in A tier. You can't go wrong with the X-Men. Say, Bryan Singer may not be a good man, but damn, these movies are good. And that is the tier list for the best film franchises as of 2020. So there is a lot more. Like John Wick wasn't on here. Why? And Equalizer, stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. And I hope you all liked the video. And this year, at the end of the year, maybe early next year, I will be releasing a video of a tier list of every movie I watched this year. I am almost at 85 so far. This list had 90. You see how long this video is. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the video, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.